Okay. So I'm Jennifer Stiefel, founder and president of Heritage Distilling Company. I live here in Gig Harbor with my 3 children and my husband, and my parents live here as well. And we have 120 employees, and I volunteer at different levels at the schools and in the community. And mom, and I'm a daughter, and I'm a sister, and I'm a friend, I'm an auntie, I'm a godmother, and just kind of happy to be here with Regina.
Yay. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your business?
So,
like start to finish. This is cool because we started around the same time. It was fun. You know what just came up is the grand opening.
I know.
Picture. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's why I love
so
Facebook.
Cool.
You're like,
I know,
thanks.
now that we have it.
You're like, oh, thanks. I forgot.
We did have phones.
Yeah, so we started writing after I figured out what
This had to be a fast process from the time he was like, let's open a distillery.
It was like, I think he was locked in his office for a good year.
Yeah, that's not that long though.
Writing his plan. Yeah, so he, wrote his plan, and then we needed capital, and so we had a shareholder raising, friends and family, which they're amazing people. Like we were so humble for them to participate in our business and be a part of our story. Yeah. And it's super cool. We have them come in every year, and we do a big presentation for them, and they are the people who put their trust in us, which is super humbling. Just so I'm like, okay, every receipt, where'd this money go? Is it more stressful having it be friends and family, or less, do you think, than initial? Way more, yeah, totally. So he started writing it, and he was locked in his office, and started from the very beginning of researching the industry, what's happening in Washington State, what's happening in the Pacific Northwest, and just kind of coming forward and putting a plan together. And you don't know what you don't know until you're like, oh, I didn't know that. So kind of navigating all the laws. So 2009, the industry opened to make it legal to distill in the state of Washington since Prohibition. So it's a super young industry, and he's been doing a lot of research and helping out with the lobbying efforts, and doing all these things to just kind of increase awareness and changing the laws so that distilleries are equal to wineries and breweries, because they're not. Anyways, so we went through and went to Italy to source our equipment, which was great because I had never been to Europe. So we did that, and that was so cool to experience that. And we have a great relationship with the family who builds our stills, Massimo and Graziano Barrison. And they're from Trento, Italy. And every time we open a new distillery or have big equipment ordered, they'll come over and they'll put it together with us, which is great because we don't speak Italian. Yeah. But we get to meet some cool interpreters who do. And lots of charades are going on.
Yeah.
But thank goodness for the phone, because then we're translating back and forth. But every once in a while I was like, that is not what I said.
That's funny.
So now we've got 120 employees. We have 6 distilleries. We're in construction in 2 additional places, and then in negotiation on a few others. So, yeah. So
and
we're growing.
In Oregon right now?
So we've got 2 in Gig Harbor,
okay,
2 in Seattle, 1 in Ballard, 1 in Capitol Hill, 1 in Roslyn, Washington, and 1 in Eugene. Yeah. So it's 120 employees, and they're awesome. Totally amazing people. Our org chart keeps changing every week, because we're like, oh, we're growing here, we need this, and we're distributed in 34 states now. I'd have to get the exact number, but we have a pretty wide distribution network, and just all sorts of different avenues. Not only a manufacturing company, because we make everything here in Gig Harbor and in Eugene, but we also run a retail store. We also run e-commerce. Our marketing is, I think, really great. We do it all in-house, and I think they're an amazing marketing team. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what do you think, because you guys are in the thick of it, you had 3 kids, you guys are working together, what's been the best and what's been the most challenging of running the business? Well, with
Well,
family. It's
yeah.
you guys are running. You guys are
Yeah.
together. Are you together?
Our office, we sit next door, like in the same office. And whenever like he's not there, I'm like, oh. I'm like,
I wonder what he's doing.
I wonder what he's doing. Yeah. And so no, we sit next door to each other, like same room, and then we have a big conference table. But we are opening offices downtown, and so they did actually, in the construction crew, put a little door between our offices because we chit chat or like, hey, what's or we collaboratively work together, and he's the CEO of the company, and I'm the president of the company, and I think we work super well together. In fact, some people think that we're brother and sister.
Oh, yeah.
And that we are running the company for our parents.
That's funny.
Yeah. Because they're like,
yeah, you
distillery.
Guys look alike.
Well, we got that in high school a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they'll be like, oh, a distillery. It must have been in the family.
Business.
Yes. And I'm like, no, we started this from scratch. Like, nobody had booze business in their background at all.
No, when you guys opened, it was super new.
Yeah.
There wasn't.
Years
now
old.
You go down into Seattle and it's like
they're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
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 So when you guys opened, and I also remember you guys were working.
Yeah.
You guys were working.
Yeah. And I would go
because Darius would come by in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And you guys are working.
Yeah. And I remember even going to like soccer games and one of us could only go because the other one was working in the tasting room. Mm-hmm. And I was always just slightly mad, just sad that our kids couldn't have both of us at the soccer game, and that made me sad.
Yeah.
But we've evolved, and now I'll go into a tasting room every once in a while. Yeah. Because I'm mostly just working at the corporate level. Mm-hmm. But no, we were working it. And it was hard.
You still get sad about it? If one of you has to be doing something?
No, because the kids are older. Mm-hmm. It's not like we needed to do the teamwork, mom, dad teamwork thing, like bedtime, all of those rituals. Now it's like, you need to go to bed. And they're like, okay, bye. Yeah. It's easier now. But I think we just work collaboratively so well together. And I learned something from him all the time. And he's just a really great guy. Mm-hmm. Just a nice guy who's got it figured out, I think, But I think we're all evolving. Mm-hmm. And so it's kind of fun to see that, even in our staff, to see the evolution of them as people and then in their careers and seeing where they want to take their lives to the next level. And
I think that's what keeps people together. That's my opinion. Keeps people together or pulls them apart is the evolution, the growth, and growing with each other and individually.
Yes.
Because you're not always going at the same speed. That's how I feel with us. But sometimes, like that, him saying, well, I decided I think we should open a distillery,
Yeah.
And it's like, that could have taken a completely different turn if you're like,
yeah, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, no. But, nothing scares me.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. But that's why I keep saying, God, just totally made me for you. Because I'm all in. We're doing this. And if I came to him and said, oh, I want to go back to the classroom, he'd be like, okay. Because I was a teacher way back when. I was a 5th grade teacher. I do in my previous life. But he'd be like, okay.
Well, you could always sub.
Right? I'm like, no, really not.
No, I'm good.
But no, I think we work so collaboratively together, and we're both of us always all in. And things aren't difficult. You figure out what you want to do, and you make a plan, and you go do it. Mm-hmm. People forget the plan and the execution part. Yeah. People who are like, oh, I want to go do this. I hope and I dream. Okay, well, hoping and dreaming is great, but then let's put it into action. Because if you are hoping and dreaming for too long, you're called a procrastinator. Yeah. You get it done. Figure out what you want to do, and if you're not going to do it, move on. Mm-hmm. So.
I know. I believe in that. More doing, less talking. That's my philosophy.
Yeah. In fact, a lot of times there's a lot of chit-chatting, and even in meetings, we're like, okay, who's running the meeting? Okay,
Yes.
and we're really trying to keep, okay, we have an hour for this meeting. We should be on point 2, and we're still on point 1. Okay, and is this for the good of the group? If it's not for the good of the group, we need to keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's been the challenge? Do you think that was the biggest challenge then, was the beginning, and kind of dividing your time with the family?
Yeah. I mean, it's balance, right?
Yeah.
So the way we work it is, I'm on point with all family matters, and then Dad comes in and helps with whatever he needs to do. But I have a list of worries, and he has a list of worries.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm like, okay, if we need help with this or whatever, then he comes and steps in.
Mm-hmm.
And his list of worries, he's like, oh, now I need whatever. But we're dividing and conquering.
Mm-hmm.
We're not doubling up efforts. We
Yeah.
keep moving together like this. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm tired. And then he comes in and then vice versa. You just kind of keep doing this going forward and then growing and,
How has that been with the growth of the company? It feels like it grew a lot quickly.
Yeah. And we're doubling every year, our growth.
Oh,
and so it's only going to get busier and bigger as we get growing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hiring really great people.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a really good hiring process. And we've hired some amazing executives that have come in to help us do that. But the hiring process and then making sure that people fit within the organization of their talent.
Mm-hmm.
We've had some folks in the tasting room that I've come up to and I'm like, where'd you come from? Like, tell me your story.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, well, and they have this great resume. And I'm like, well, wait, I have another job for you.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, really? And I'm like, yeah. So now it's turned into this huge job. And that has happened over and over and over again at Heritage. And we also have every employee will put down their goals.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have one gentleman, we asked, give me your 5 goals of what you want to work on. And he came up with these 5 things, and a couple of them were needs in the company. He didn't know we had these particular needs.
Mm-hmm.
Were needs in the company. I was like, okay, I'm going to set up a meeting with you tomorrow. And I completely transferred one of my responsibilities onto him, and he's growing that department.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's so many talented people in front of you, and just listening to them and seeing where they are, you will be shocked what you find if you are open to hearing what they have to say. And so that's what we've found. I mean, most of the people who work for us, they're here in Gig Harbor.
Yeah.
Their families here.
Oh, there's some talented people hiding around here, not just hanging out. I think they're just trying to explore different things, and
we're looking for a project manager right now. Construction project manager.
Hey, we found Leslie a grant writer on.
Oh, okay. So no, we've got job listings on our website, and we're always looking for these niche things. We've got some construction projects that we're trying to maintain in ourselves, but it's hard. Like with the carpet guy, with this guy, under our construction projects, because we. Everything we do is it starts with a construction project and architecture project first, and then there's implementation and all of that. But
when you guys first, how do I say it? Your guys' style is so cool. That was you, right?
Well,
at
the very beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the very beginning, Justin and I, our tagline is every spirit has a story.
Mm-hmm.
And we chose the word heritage for a reason. If we wanted to stay small, we would have been Washington Distilling, Pacific Northwest Distilling. But no, heritage is everywhere. And our programming, we have some great programming. My Batch, where you can come in and help make your own product. Cask Club, Spirits Club, all these things. So the programs all came from Justin and I. And the initial vision of this is where we want it to go. And then as we add people to our team, they add to the vision.
Oh, cool.
And so we've created our vision and our mission with our team. So Justin and I had the first little nugget, but now that as it's expanding, every person on our team has a piece of it. which is so cool because it doesn't all come from us, and we're like amazing brains, and we know what we like, we know where we want to go. They help us get there, and we're like, okay, that's not quite on brand, and I've learned so much from like our marketing folks, like, yeah, that's not really on brand. Or Justin will be like, oh, I have this great idea, and then we look at each other and we're like, is that on brand? We're like, no, it's not on brand. But, that's what we like, is all these great ideas and all this input. And I think that that's what makes Heritage unique, is that we bring people in and then we listen to them and we get their feedback. But at the end of the day, Justin and I are like, no, that's not the way we want to go, or this is the way we want to go. We're going through a whole new rebranding right now.
Really?
Yes. So we did our logo. This is like, I think, our third logo.
Wow.
It's subtle, right? You probably wouldn't know.
I think I noticed.
The very first one, I don't even know, but the very first one was kind of, and then we moved on from that. And so this is actually our third. The one that we did now, we did hire a company that actually approached us, and they're like, your product is amazing. Like, we love your product. Your marketing is awesome. But we could use a little help on the labels. And we're like, oh my gosh, we thought that too. So they came to us and through a friend, and we're going through this whole rebranding, and it's awesome. The bottles are new, the caps are new, the labels are new, and it's really fitting within the Heritage lifestyle brand. Yeah. And we have a national campaign that we're going to be launching. And the unique thing about that is that you could be in Manhattan and order a Heritage cocktail, or you could be in Illinois or Florida or wherever, and you would never even know that we had a tasting room. You could be. So how do you reach that customer? How do you reach the spirit and the story of that person and bring them into the Heritage family? And so that is what we're trying to work on next. We're working on a national campaign of how to. It's not all about the spirit. It's not about what's in your glass, but it's about a bigger picture of what your story is. And I think it's super cool to watch the evolution of that. Actually, our marketing department is great. They do these great brainstorming sessions, and the way they kind of work through things, it's just awesome.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's really exciting.
Yeah. So we watch a lot of commercials. We're like, oh, like Nature Valley granola bars. Yeah. Google that. Seriously. And you look at their commercials. It's not always about the granola bar. Or REI's has a couple of great ones. Anheuser-Busch, Budweiser. Like, I can't tell you the last time I drank a Budweiser, but I really love their commercials and I like their brand,
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
That's exciting. How's the Seattle locations been?
Good.
Has that been fun going into Seattle?
Yeah,
is it weird with more competition? Does it matter?
So I think there's nothing like Heritage. Yeah. So we've got our Cask Club where you can purchase a Cask Club membership and age your spirits with us, and then you come and bottle it. And we have some other great programming that we do there that we don't talk on social media. Yeah. You have to come in and see what it is.
Cool.
Yeah. we don't post anything
it's
about
like going to the special Starbucks store.
Yeah.
The restaurant.
Yes.
There's all kinds of stuff happening.
There's stuff there that we never post about. You have to come in and see what it is. So, and we do, our little bavandas so that you can sample the product. We can only do 2 ounces of spirits per person per day. And so the spirit education on it is a lot of fun. And the people you meet is so cool. Seattle gets us some guests who are local, who live in the neighborhoods, Capitol Hill neighborhood and the Ballard neighborhood, but we also get tourists who are coming on the cruise ships, which is cool.
Wow.
Yeah. So you get your locals and then you get your tourists. Yeah, Roslyn, that distillery is beautiful. They're all beautiful. We have the same architect and the same team that builds out all of our distilleries. And Roslyn, it's 10,000 square feet. Have you been to that one?
No.
Okay.
We went up and stayed up there, and it was so funny because I saw the trucks all day, every day. I was like, why are they
here?
All day? And then Yeah, I found out that there was one in Roslyn.
All of the small stills are named after families who helped build the heritage of Roslyn.
Oh.
So when we go into a community, we like to showcase that heritage of that community. And to be able to go into this building that is one of the oldest buildings in the state and be a tenant in there is pretty special. So it's 10,000 square feet and
Wow.
it's cool. It's really cool. But they're all very unique. They all do their own thing. And we're being one in Tumwater.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Huh.
that's a big one. That's with a community college down there. And we're working with them on a distilling program. So you can get your degree in distilling.
That's pretty cool.
I know, right? Like,
That's pretty cool.
well, that's so unique to have a young industry so that you can kind of pick what you want to participate in because there's so many need if you understand how to look for the need. That is.
Well, and I think that would probably translate into lots of different food and beverage manufacturer,
Yeah.
type companies. I knew a guy who he was some sort of engineer, my friend's brother, and he ended up working for a dog food company.
Yeah.
Like, and loved it.
Yeah.
He was like, "That's
Absolutely.
great."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, it's all
you
processed.
wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah, it's all processed.
Yeah.
That's how they make vanilla extract. You know, it's
Oh.
just basically soaking vanilla beans in vodka.
There you go.
There you go. See?
We love that for some reason.
You're like, oh.
So tell me about, we'll finish up with the, your schedule. So as a mom, so you've been able, it sounds like, to get into a pretty good routine and schedule with home life. So what is that? What does that look like?
So, well, being a high school student now, our day starts a little earlier.
You're 3 different schools.
Yes.
I'm gonna be 3 different schools next year.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Yeah. But Tanner goes to school. He's there. He has to be there by 6:15
Oh my god.
because he does jazz band before.
Yeah.
And so Dad gets up with Tanner, and it's Dad and Tanner hour, and they get ready for the day, make their breakfast, make their lunches, and now Tanner will drive to school with Dad, and then Dad drives the vehicle home, gets in his car, and then goes to work. So that's so he gets some driving time, like and I'm like, you have to go down Peacock Hill. You cannot go down 16. Like there's like the big boy roundabouts and the baby roundabouts. Like there's different roundabouts around here.
There are.
There
We
are.
were just somewhere where they have baby roundabouts. Where were we? Bellingham. They had a roundabout and it was like a baby roundabout.
And you're like,
I'm like, oh,
what
the people of Gig Harbor would not be
No, they'd be like, just go straight. Like, why even
I'm like,
curve?
what is this?
What is happening? Yeah. So and then I get the other 2 off to school, and Kendall's on the bus at about 8:30. And then I go to work, and then I come back about 2:15. If I'm really on it, I can leave work at 2, and get food in the oven or something for Tanner when he gets home. Otherwise, because he's starving. But he was doing water polo for a while, and then jazz band and marching band. So he's in all the music and all the opportunities. And then Hudson does soccer, and now he's doing basketball, and Kendall does soccer and basketball and Girl Scouts. So depending on what happens, I call it the Magical Mommy Hour, where my mom has her list, I have my list, Justin has his list, and we're like, okay, you take this kid there, and we're trying to coordinate all of who's going where. And Tanner's sometimes marching band ends at 8:30 at night.
Oh my gosh.
Now, water polo will end at 9. So he was doing 2 for a while. So to have a family meal. So yesterday, Sundays I like to put a family meal on the table and actually set the table and say prayers, like the whole deal.
Yeah.
And Hudson's like, is this because we moved into a new house? I'm like, no, this is
what we do.
this is what we do.
Haven't you seen Blue Bloods?
Right? This is what we do. This is who we are. On only days it actually works. And we're not using paper plates. Because I'm a paper plate
We're
girl.
classy.
But we use our IKEA real plates now. So yeah, and when we can sit down to the table, we do. It's kind of hard going back and forth, but they love it. It's funny. They love that traditional part of it, setting the table, and every time we sit at the table, I love napkin rings. Now, this is the funniest.
With the paper plates.
No, actually, I use They have paper napkins.
I made some. I think I still have some that I made
Right?
in like elementary school.
Now, when we actually sit down and do because I have a nice dishwasher now that makes me happy. I'm like, oh, we're gonna use real plates all the time because it's a very
You just throw them in there.
yeah. It has a garbage disposal in it.
What?
I know, right? And there's a light when you open it. It's like, yay, your dishes are dirty, but that's okay. It's a thing. I know.
Well, I have friends that they probably have one like that, but they have a glass dishwasher on top of the regular one just for glasses.
What?
Yes, there's two. And my mind was blown. And she goes, yeah, because look at all the glasses that we've used. I'm like, yeah, we go through like 24 glasses in a day.
Easily.
It's a
Don't
little
you do paper?
paper glass?
Paper cups.
No, I don't like paper or plastic. No, should I? Maybe I should
summertime-
do little plastic cups.
Or paper. Whatever you decide.
Paper cups.
But,
And you
like,
throw them in the recycle?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
And you
actually,
can stack them.
or you know what I've always wanted to do?
Huh.
Is have like the trivet and there's like, well, I have 3 kids. Well, I would get one too. But anyways, 5 little like trivets in a tray.
Yeah.
And there's your glass and you use it and you put it on your thing.
Yeah, we could do.
Right?
There's the other day was just saying, he goes, maybe we'll get you each your own glass.
Yeah.
Like
But I don't like things that don't match. But drive me crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. When we moved, I was like, oh,
I don't
this doesn't matter. But that way it's you have your own little spot.
And it has a spot.
And it has
Where
a
would you
spot.
put the spot? Like on the kitchen?
On
in the
yeah.
kitchen?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
On the
and
side.
you just use your
And then it returns to there
Yes.
every day at night.
yeah, like throughout the day. I don't want a random glass wherever.
We have like 20 glasses around the house.
Yeah, and you're like, what is happening?
But I don't know if I feel like
You know
if
what,
I
you
go
just
to
need a
paper,
water
it'll be
fountain.
like those damn Capri Suns when you have them for kids stuff.
Okay.
And those plastic things are everywhere.
You need a water fountain.
I do need a water
You
fountain.
need a water
That would
fountain.
be awesome.
Right?
A cute one, like
Yes!
copper.
Like the one at
It makes
SeaTac.
What did you see that?
The loop, the loop, the loop, the loop.
I would love a dream mountain.
Right? Why don't we have that?
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Paper cups. I'm gonna try it.
With Sharpies.
That's what we do.
Paper cups
That'd
with
be
Sharpies.
just like the. I love it when all of a sudden my kid has like the wine glass, like because you know you've gotten down
Yeah.
to the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
Ayla, the 7-year-old, comes out with the wine glass with water. I'm like,
Yeah.
time to start the dishwasher.
But I like it that you're a problem solver.
Yes. You climbed up on
Right?
a couple. Yeah.
And I have the wine glass pens,
Yeah.
so you can write your
Yes,
name on
we
the
do.
wine glass pen. On the wine glass.
I like the little trinket things that they have.
Those stress me out.
Oh.
You want to know why?
Go missing?
No, because you're like this and you're like, okay, I'm trying to consume, and is this going to hit me? Or what's happening with this? So it's another like thing to be aware of. I'm like,
It's fair.
it's gonna, it's too clinky.
Yeah.
And then there's ones that you hold
They're a
on,
little
and they're like
tchotchke.
the little like guy
Oh yeah, with the hang.
with
I
the
think
hang.
that's the other
But you're
thing
like,
I
you
saw.
get up there and you're like, hey, hanging out here too. I don't know.
What were we
Stressing
talking
me
about?
out.
The schedule. Your schedule.
Oh, my schedule.
Oh,
so
prime mom time. Then what happens?
what?
What happens after your prime hour?
Oh, my busy mommy hour?
Yeah.
Oh, it goes till bedtime. My
So
magical
you're
mommy
going.
hour. Yeah.
You go like division of duties.
Yeah.
Everybody's.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then homework. And then
Mhm.
Justin's like the homework king.
Oh really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good for
Even
him.
though I was the teacher, I'm like, I excel at other things and he excels, and we both
Yeah.
have strengths, and we're like, you got that, I got that. It's always dividing and conquering,
Mhm.
always. There's no reason to kind of double up efforts here.
Mm-mm.
And you know, one kid's doing their thing, and then
Yeah.
another kid, and you just kind of keep going. But he's like the homework king. He got Kendall to write like this 2-page like essay on this horse thing,
Wow.
and I'm like, what? I'm like, how'd you do that? And he's like, here's our diagram and of the stories and and it was a whole thing. I'm like, huh.
Good for him.
yeah, like you do a really good job with this. I'll do laundry. I'm like, I will do the laundry. He said that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Right?
We usually just cry.
Yeah.
Like all of us. Me and the girls.
Right.
The kids. Like if we gotta do homework. It's
Oh.
true. It's tough.
It's tough.
So then I'm like, we're just not gonna worry about it right now.
Today, I like the Remind app. Are you on Remind?
Oh, that stressed me out. Those notifications.
Yeah. No, I love it
too
because
much.
I'm like, okay, so Hudson got one today. And I was like, oh, reminder, here's your vocabulary flashcards. And it was cool. I clicked on it. And I'm like, while you're eating your cereal,
Yeah, did you do this?
did you do this?
My problem is that I have two getting like the same. I can't tell them apart when they come through because it says like 6-7 or 8
Yeah.
like for the middle school. So I'm getting like duplicates and I don't know which one.
Oh, yeah.
So I have to be like,
Who is this?
Is this your
Yeah.
math test?
Yeah.
And they're like, no. And then the other one will be no. And I'm like, it's somebody's math test.
Yeah, what's happening?
Somebody's got a quiz
Yeah.
today.
Right. But it's one of those things, it's good to know, but not to, like, helicopter about it.
Right.
So it's like, okay, well, I saw you have a
I
quiz
gave
today.
you a reminder.
Yeah, I saw your teacher, you had a reminder come across. I hope you do well on that. You know, it's like, there's only so much I can do.
It's like the team snap though. All the messages kind of stress me out. Like in my inbox, I have the school stuff, I have the team snap stuff. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's like 20 plus messages a day.
Don't you like on your inbox have like your
Separate
primary
them out.
to your promotion to your updates? I have to do that.
Well, this is just my personal one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I have that in 3 buckets, but that's still not enough.
No. Yeah.
I don't know. Somebody said you could not get the alerts, but then I was like, but
Oh,
then I'm
no.
not gonna.
Yeah, I can't not
Then how-
know.
Then what happens?
Then what happens? Who's my backup?
Then who's gonna tell me?
Because they're not going to tell me.
I know, no, they're not.
And Marie's
so I
like-
have to like scroll. What is it? What did I miss?
I know.
What did I miss?
Well, I was just thinking about this. I was like, because Justin and I every Sunday we'll sync our schedules.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, what do we have? Da, da, da. I'm like, I think we need to do a family syncing schedule because we like to do tea time at night at my
Yeah.
house. So I
The
do.
whole family or you?
Yeah.
Oh.
So we do a
nice.
pot of tea.
Yeah.
It's sleepy time typically because they pass
I
out
like
with
this.
sleepy time.
Mhm.
So I'll do a big pot of tea, and then lately I've been delivering it to the boys in bed, but
That
it makes
sounds
them
pleasant.
it makes them cozy and like, you know.
Well, they'll probably look forward to you coming in there.
Yeah, and we have little chats, and Hudson got new flannel sheets, and so he's all happy. So I brought him his sleepy time tea last night.
Flannel sheets are the best.
The Target has some really good ones right
Really?
now. Yes, the
Okay.
Costco ones, I'm not so sure.
No, I got the Costco ones last year, and yeah, they
It was
were
very disappointing.
Mhm, it was.
Yeah,
They're
I'm
not
like,
soft this year.
no.
Mm-mm.
And I wanted white,
Mhm.
and they're slightly yellow,
Mhm.
and I'm like, oh, it'll be okay.
I
And
got
then I
those.
put them back, and I was like, I am not going to
really
be happy.
yellow.
Aren't they
Look
yellow?
like you something happened.
Yes.
I have those.
Yes. So anyways, I was thinking about syncing the children's schedules, like doing that with Justin during tea time, and then maybe having like a board of like who's doing what, because I cannot be keeper of all knowledge.
Mhm.
I know they think I can. I cannot be keeper of all knowledge. So
It's a lot.
It's
of
a lot.
stuff you gotta keep. I know.
I've been trying to sync their iPad and phone with
Yeah.
exactly like the family schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Because I'm afraid someone's gonna miss. Someone's gonna
Do
miss
they
something,
remember?
or I am going to forget them. No, they
My
remember.
girls do a really they correct Darius. I have a pretty good sense, but then they'll remind it. They'll be like, "No, it's 5, not 5:15, Daddy."
Yeah.
And they'll remember it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think our kids think. Well, they think we can time travel. Where I have to be there at 6:15. Okay, what time is it? 6:12. Okay. I'm pretty amazing, but I can't time travel. Like I can't fly
We're
through
not
Gig Harbor
that
to
close.
get you there. But that's another thought process with him. Like, okay, then back it out. So I'm like,
Yeah.
plan to ride, because he's going to be driving. He's got to figure that stuff out. So, yeah, it's
Is tea time scheduled?
no, it's mostly when I'm like, everybody needs
Yeah.
And I have my teapot that I love. Okay, so I love napkin rings. I love cloth napkins. I love teapots. I love tea time. Like I like all of that stuff. I
think I would like that too. I've been wanting to get into the tea thing because what else am I gonna do? I'm not sitting there drinking, so
Yeah.
I need something.
I love it, and there's so many health benefits
Yeah.
to drinking tea. Like I have tummy time tea for when someone's tummy doesn't feel good. I do the echinacea tea with the elderberry, which Hudson had this morning. So I tailor their tea experience to their
Where do
needs.
you
But
get
mostly
this?
people they get sleepy time, and you can get the extra strength sleepy time, which is what and I'm telling you, I have the best night's sleep every time I drink sleepy time tea. And I just do a big pot, and then if somebody wants something different, I have smaller pots. So say somebody wants like lemon or orange, then I could do their separately.
That sounds great.
So
Are you doing like, is this normal tea, like from the grocery
yeah,
store?
it's just from
Just from the grocery
yeah,
store.
because the fancy stuff is like, I mean, every once in a while it's fun to like buy it and then bring it home and all that. But
Yeah, I listened to some podcasts. What is that? Tim Ferriss, who's like a tea snob.
oh
And sometimes him and Kevin Rose get into like tea talk, and I'm like,
whoa.
like they traveled to find some
Yeah, and
tea.
you have to have the right temperature, and it has to
Yes.
steep for a certain amount of time. You can oversteep it, which I like sleepy time because sometimes it doesn't get all consumed. So I'll just put it in a little thing, and then a little cup, put it in the refrigerator, and then
You heat it up? Or you
sometimes I
drink it
heat
cold?
it up. Sometimes if somebody wants, I'm too hot, I want tea. I'm like, do you want iced tea? Because mommy has some sleepy time iced tea.
They're
People
out.
are sleeping.
They're out.
People are sleeping in my house. No more wandering around of mom. None of that. You're asleep. Yeah. So I value my sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's like high tea at the Fairmont. Like we've been to the high tea at the Drake, and like
I have a girlfriend who goes and
Yeah.
does that. Yeah,
Yeah.
with her and her husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like place settings. I
This-
love place settings. Like I do. Like Target has so they have new cloth napkins
Yeah?
that has an elk rack like our logo.
Oh.
So I had the dinner party this weekend, and they're like, "Did you like get these embroidered?" And I was like, "No, I got them at Target." They're like, "Huh?" And I'm like, 2 hours ago I got these at Target. I even bought the pillows. They're right there.
Oh,
Yeah,
perfect.
I know. So a handkerchief will work too.
Okay.
Cute little handkerchief and a napkin ring.
That would be a lot of cloth napkins.
Yeah, but once you just wash them all, then you
Yeah.
fold them the way you want them in your napkin. Sometimes I pre-stuff the napkin rings too. So then, and I have a little box, and so when I am setting the table, they're already put together.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. This sounds great.
I'll have to have you over for dinner.
I want to come for tea. Not sleepy tea, though.
Oh, okay. My tea will
I
definitely be
have no
spiked, but
problem.
we'll get you the non-spiked tea. We'll get you like black tea.
I've tried so many, and I can't get behind it.
Is it because it's
I don't know.
not as? Is it too weak?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love it with cream. Like I like to
Huh.
to have my like little cream.
Yeah,
a
that
little-
sounds nice. Like,
and then like I always snacks, right? I gotta have a little scone or a little cookie
Yeah.
or something, and then yeah.
I think I can get behind it.
Mhm.
Now, like, I'm not drinking much of anything
Yeah.
now, so I think, I don't know, I've tried some different kinds, but then it's funny you say this because my youngest was like, Mama, I think I want to try some tea.
Yeah.
And she makes her own hot chocolate.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
at night, and
Yeah.
I'm like, And Darius loves tea because he's
Yeah.
Scottish, and
Yeah.
that's what you're supposed to do anyway,
Right.
so.
There you go. So Safeway,
Okay.
Albertsons, I just use
So just get all of them
yeah.
and try them all.
Yeah.
All right. So we finish every episode with a question. If you could tell your 15-year-old self anything, what would it be?
Patience,
Patience.
balance. Patience and balance. That's what I would tell myself.
Just in general.
Just in general. Yeah.
Were you not very patient?
I think patience is something I always have to work on because I want things like done now, or you know what I mean. And over the years, God and I have lots of conversations about me going, okay, I've learned patience. Now let's get going. He's like, not yet. So I think that's important, just to be patient and to accept people of where they are, not where you think they should be.
I can totally relate to those things. Yes. Awesome. Well, thank you.